Underestimated by Evelyn Shand. Read by Amy Robbins. They underestimate my senses just because I can't see. Who would suspect the blind man of a vengeful act? No one. Chapter 1. Distraught. It was hard escaping that psychiatric hospital. I bided my time there, engaged with lunatics and insidious individuals, trying to avoid the watchful gaze of the do-good psychiatrists. It was a largely desolate place, where time ticked away at a snail's pace, day and night blurring into one. The same shadows haunted my broken vision, allowing my other senses to heighten. My disability was my weapon. After all, who would suspect a blind man? I'd intimately identified when nurses did their rounds to allow me a moment of opportunity to escape this torturous place. I scaled the crumbling stone wall, hearing stumbling footsteps chasing me. Voices called my name in the background, shouting and hollowing, but I ignored them, focused only on my escape. I hid in the deep undergrowth. Brambles scratched my fragile skin, moisture of the cold, wet earth seeping through my clothes. I held still as a mouse being hunted by its prey. I waited until the lair had gone silent and I sensed I was alone. I carried on my escape through hedges, fields and grasslands, the dusky night air drawing in. I stomped and quickened my pace, feeling the bitterness and chill of the night air. Chapter 2. Evil Act. Suddenly, some bright lights flashed in the darkening blur of my vision. I crept through the hedge into a garden, keeping my appearance hidden by the shadows of the night. I waited and listened to every sound to sense if he still resided at this menacing place. I began to smell life and aromas only he could surpass. It was the smell I'd never wanted to smell again, the smell that haunted me. Dark thoughts entered my mind, encouraging me to seek vengeance for my troubled past. I heard his voice calling, seemingly joyous and innocent to my unearthly ears. I waited at this familiar place until it had gone quiet and the night blackened. I was ready to kill. I got my pin and unlocked the door. I crept silently in. A rush of warm air hit me like a flash from the past, when I'd had a home and a wife. The smell of innocent toast, the soft and homely feel, the thing I didn't want any more. The gun was in the same place as before, hidden under the floorboard. I slowly loaded the 3 bullets, knowing it would only take 1 to kill him. I crept towards the light, bringing me closer and closer to him. I could smell his musky cologne, the one I had smelt on him many times before. He was snoring loudly, with the occasional grunt. That taste of smoke from his old pipe still lingered in the air. The feeling of the rug beneath my feet, I remembered it all. I wish I didn't. I couldn't wait for this moment. Revenge was long overdue. The gun felt powerful in my grasp. My finger clenched to release the trigger. Chapter 3. Finally. It was time to strike. I pointed the gun at his wizened face and took my best shot. Bang! The gun shook, and instantly his insidious life was taken from him. Blood seeped down his wrinkled body onto the bed, dripping incessantly onto the floor. A sense of relief crept over me. All those years of suffering had been concluded in this one moment. I felt reborn and euphoric, that no one else would suffer the way I had, and that I'd accomplished my revenge. Suddenly, I heard a loud siren. I knew what it was. I hid the gun back under the floorboards, taking care to wipe any trace of my being. I secretly crept back out into the back garden and continued my journey. The sirens faded and blurred into the sounds of nature, owls calling and the soft hum of the wind. He thought, because I was a blind man, that I could do no harm or have no voice. He took my disability as a weakness, not seeing the gift I had been given. Years of suffering burning and corrupting my mind. I was indeed stronger, powerful, and would continue to find my strength.